Hey guys, so here's another approved cycling news weekly update. First thing, it's the cycling gear. What I've noticed is the new Oakley shades. They're not new, they just redesigned it for Tour de France, so it's called limited edition version. Yeah, it's a good marketing team for them. The Sutra looks good, but other two I don't like at all. And then the second thing is the new Kask helmet. The Ineos guys are riding it, and that's pretty much it. We don't know the price, we don't know anything, but probably it will be around 300 euro, if not more. They're developing something similar to what Mips has, so we will see. Couple of years ago I was in a meeting and the owner of that company said that Mips is like a good discotheque. First, when it comes out, it's really good. Everybody wants to come in, so all of the companies wanted to get Mips, and then in 2 years' time, a lot of manufacturers of the helmets are not even using Mips anymore, so or they're not selling as much, because I know first year a lot of the manufacturers said that yeah, it's Mips, it's only Mips from now on, stuff like that. And then in 2 years' time, like only the maybe Scandinavian countries in Europe were buying a lot of Mips system, and that was pretty much it. Yeah, so we will see how everything pans out. Then we go to the bikes. There are a couple of new bikes in the Pro Peloton. Giant just released their new Propel. It's funny to me because I watched a YouTube video which I will post in the comments below, and they didn't even let them weigh the bike. I don't know what the issue is. And also with Pinarello, the new bolide, yeah, they didn't even want them to touch the bike, which was even more odd. So yeah, I'm not sure why is that, but yeah. So the first thing is that the Giant, I don't know, the front, the top tube of Giant, I don't like it. It's just, I don't know, because it looks like it's a little bit bent. I don't know, it just looks that the bike is weak. I don't know why, but other than that, the bike looks fine. It doesn't look anything special, to be honest. Yeah, it looks okay, but it's just and also the handlebar to stem combo, I don't know. If it's a top tier bike, I would just expect it to have like one-piece combo. Let me know what you guys think about the new Giant. Scott made a new foil, and I already talked about that bike. To me, it doesn't look, yeah, the looks are just awful. This one also, I'm not too impressed. So if you're spending like 10,000 euro for a bike, I'm not sure why anybody would buy any of those two bikes. The new Trek, although to me it looks good because it's something different. I know a lot of you guys won't like it as much, but it's something different, so that's why I like it. But it's the weight of the bike is, I think the guys that are riding it in the tour, I think in the video below it said, I think 8.3 kilograms, which is just like, I don't know if we're like back in 1980s or something like that. Yeah, not sure what they were thinking, but I wouldn't buy that bike just because of the weight, to be honest. If it's like an aero bike and it's 7.5 with the top tier group set and stuff like that, it's okay because you can put some lightweight things on. And when you get the bike around 7.2, 7.4, that's okay. The next thing is the new Domain. We don't know anything about the bike yet. I think when you see them from far, they look really good, but then on closing inspection. I don't know, they don't appeal to me. Maybe they look good to you, like with the cables outside and stuff like that, I don't know. It just feels like that we're not in 2022, it feels like we're in 2010 era, so yeah, I wouldn't buy it if it would look like that. And also with the seat stays, I don't know, it just feels like way too much stuff that can go wrong when you have dust coming in, stuff like that. In a couple of years everything can, I don't know, it's just, yeah, it's not my cup of tea. So the next thing are the race news, and yeah, I wrote a lot of notes, so let's go stage by stage, because I think yeah, that what makes it awesome. It's the Tour de France, and we were all waiting for it since the Giro ended. So it started off with a prologue, which Yves Lampaert won. We all thought probably when all the main guys came in the finish line that Wout would win it. But yeah, a special, an amazing performance by Lampaert, and he got the yellow jersey. When all the favorites came in, I thought that Roglic, not that he was maybe that he was the strongest, just because when I saw him cornering, I think that he lost most of his speeds in the corner. I think Pogačar and all the other guys transferred their speed from the corners better than Roglic did. So I thought that he was the strongest because he only lost a couple of seconds. To gain that speed, and also you need to put a lot more power in. So yeah, I thought he was really the strongest guy, just because of the rain. He didn't didn't show as much. And then we had the second stage, sprint stage. Jakobsen won. Congrats to him after a crash he had 2 years ago. That was, yeah, crazy. So to win just after 2 years when he nearly died, it was, yeah, amazing. So the third stage, Groenewegen won. The guy that, yeah. And Wout was second for the third time for the third stage in a row. So he's already like winning the green jersey almost certainly. Especially after stage 4, where Jumbo-Visma on the last climb, yeah, they attacked, and Wout just went to the finish line. Couple of stats that I pulled out. Wout was on that climb, he was pedaling around 700 to 800 watts on that climb. So that's, if you have a power meter and you can move those watts for, let's say, more than a couple of seconds, you're already pretty good. And for the whole climb, yeah, that's pretty amazing. And after that, he managed to average his speed around 62 kilometers per hour to the finish. Yeah, so he's in an amazing shape. So yeah, chapeau to him. He even dropped his teammates. Pogačar kind of sarcastically thanked him at the end of the stage, so that was pretty funny. That was Pogačar's probably first mistake in a couple of years now, that he wasn't in the right position at the right time, which was kind of surprising, especially to me. So I don't know what you guys think. And so then stage 5. We all knew it's going to be an amazing stage. So first, how everything happened. First, Wout crashed with Kruijswijk. Then O'Connor was dropped, I think in the first or second cobble section. Then Vingegaard had a flat or something was wrong with his bike, so he needed a couple of changes. First he got a bike from his teammate, which was way too big, then they changed the bike, so yeah. Then Wout, I'm not sure, it doesn't show in the camera, I don't know if he got it dropped or he needed to wait for Vingegaard's group, so he waits for Vingegaard's group. Roglic was still in the front group, and then the Roglic's bad luck just continues. I think he described it that a motorbike moved the road obstacle in front of him, so they all just crashed. He dislocates his shoulder. He needed like to sit on the spectator's chair to put it back in. So yeah, he's just like on another level. Also regarding the comments that he did, and at the end of the stage, I think he's an amazing guy. So I hope they can find a game plan. So because like I think they can only win it if they're a team. If they put everything in one basket to help Vingegaard, I think they won't be able to win it, to win the Tour de France. So Roglic lost around 2 minutes on yesterday's stage. So stage 6, it's more of a flat stage with a finish that won't suit the sprinters. So in my opinion, I think that it will be a breakaway stage. So what that means, probably the GC guys will have a day off, and the breakaway will win it by, I don't know, 5 minutes possibly, even, or even more. So then it's the stage 7, where I think if anybody who really wants to put it to Pogačar and UAE, I think that's the stage where I will start to do that. So what do I mean by that? You have a couple of climbs before the last climb. So if you really, you need to start going all in for the overall victory at that point, because I don't think that there's anyone that can beat Pogačar one-on-one. Maybe Roglic in his best shape, but that's pretty much it. I don't think Yates or Geraint Thomas or Vingegaard can do it. So in my opinion, they need to start pulling on the first climb, drop as many of Pogačar's guys as possible, and then you have a couple of short climbs in between. Pull in those climbs as well. Maybe like a couple of teams need to get like a special pact and just go all in for to try to damage the Pogačar's team. And then they need the fast guys, the GC guys need to attack before the Planche de Belfi, super Planche de Belfi, or whatever it's called. So the last climb, and other guys just need to stop riding, and Pogačar needs to pull. So I think that's the only way I think they can win the race, especially. Like the perfect thing would be if Jumbo-Visma and maybe Ineos gets a couple of guys in the front, then all hell break loose, and maybe Vingegaard or Roglic or somebody can jump with one of the guys from Ineos, or it's Geraint Thomas, or it's they just need to attack, and if Pogačar's in their wheel, they need to stop, and then other guys need to attack, and just try to get him to expend as much energy as possible, so in the last week he won't be able to maybe follow. But we will see. It's a long race still, but I think the teams need to start attacking right away, because if everybody waits until the last week, the last days, I think UAE will be stronger in the last days, so they need to damage the team as soon as possible. I'm not saying that because I'm a fan of anybody. I'm just saying that to make the race as exciting as possible. So that's pretty much it. And then every stage from stage 7 onwards. So we have the stage on Saturday that can be also pretty exciting, and also on Sunday. So if some of the teams have a similar tactic that I think that they need to win the tour, I think we will have an amazing tour, and hopefully we don't see any crashes from the favorites, or any bad luck from any of the favorites from this point on. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this week's cycling news. It was a little bit longer than usual, so enjoy the tour. Comment below if you agree, if you disagree. Don't forget to shop our cycling jersey, which was inspired from French races, so like Tour and Paris-Roubaix. It's called La vie est un voyage, so life is a journey. Cheers, guys.